If you've seen any movie from the 90s, you know that someday a gigantic asteroid hurtling towards Earth will threaten the extinction of humanity before a team of astronauts narrowly saves us all with a last-ditch plan that's just so crazy it might work. Well, today, NASA is testing out that plan, although the theatrics may be toned down just a little in real life. With more, we are joined by CTV science and technology specialist Dan Riskin. Great to see you, Dan.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm good, but this honestly sounds like the plot out of a movie. We're talking about NASA's DART mission, which stands for Double Asteroid Redirection Test. DART is also the name in November of last year. So it's heading toward two asteroids, which are about 11 million kilometers away from Earth. Dan, what is supposed to happen today?
Well, very simply, it's supposed to hit the little one. So they've got these two asteroids that are 11 million kilometers away that are orbiting around each other with an orbit of about 11 or 12 hours. And the little one is about the size of the Statue of Liberty. And the idea is to smash the spacecraft into the little one, hitting it head on to slow down its orbit so that it goes into a lower orbit and then speeds up, actually, because it gets closer to its other body. But basically just changing its orbital dynamics. And this is a proof of concept. The idea being, if an asteroid were headed for Earth, we could maybe give it a bump like this that would change its trajectory so that instead of hitting the Earth, it would miss the Earth, which would be much better for us. But we don't know a lot of things. We don't exactly know what this asteroid is built out of. And so we don't exactly know how it's going to react to the impact. If it's very hard, it'll be like billiard balls, and the physics are pretty easy to understand. But if it's softer, if it's more like a bunch of rocks that are loosely held together by gravity, then we could see a big dust cloud and a lot more energy dissipated and perhaps even a bigger change in its orbit. But all that has to be figured out, in real life. So tonight, about 12 hours from now, this spacecraft is going to go hurtling at 22,000 kilometers an hour into this thing. It's going to have its own navigation system to get there. It's flying by itself. And the best part is that NASA is sending a live stream of it on their website. So if you go to NASA TV, you can watch this thing hit tonight at about 7:15 Eastern time. So I don't know what you have planned for that time, but that's a pretty good way to spend your time.
100%. Dan, I have so many questions for you. I wish we had 45 minutes to talk about this. First question, if the little guy is the size of the Eiffel Tower, how big is the big guy?
The big guy is about 1.5 CN towers. It's 780 meters diameter, so it's quite a bit larger.
Okay, and then do we need to be, I think second most important question, do we need to be worried about an asteroid colliding with Earth?
Yeah, after we know how big the other one is, the other question is, are we all going to die? I mean, the thing is that asteroids coming towards Earth is something it happens, right? I mean, it wiped out the dinosaurs, and we get hit by asteroids every day, but we haven't been hit by a really big one in a long time, fortunately. If that were to be something that we saw on the horizon, this would give us a tool in our tool belt to maybe have a way to deal with it. Because it's sort of, if what happened in Atlantic Canada and the Maritimes and Newfoundland and Quebec taught us anything this week, it's that we're at the mercy of Mother Nature. And so we have to have whatever tools we can have to try to protect ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you make a really good point, Dan, that it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared in this situation. We can watch the live stream tonight, but how is NASA monitoring this?
NASA is going to have the live stream feeding. So they've got a camera called Draco that's mounted on the one that's going to hit. But here's the other thing. About 12 days ago, the bigger spacecraft released a little CubeSat, which is like a mini spacecraft. And that mini spacecraft is flying behind it now. And it's got two cameras on it that are going to watch the impact. So there will be the impact itself. And then later, we're going to get a video from a sort of a third-party perspective. It's almost like a video game where you suddenly can see yourself from far back. So there'll be that other view. And then, of course, there's going to be lots of monitoring from the Earth to see how the orbits of those asteroids change to know whether this worked at all.
God, technology, right, Dan? Technology.
I know. It's the best.
It is the best, and you're the best, and we're so glad that you're on the show today. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.